So, what becomes interesting about this is claims that in about 1700, after their 1666 idea to force God's hand by being so evil like he didn't know what they were going to do, like you can't surprise one who knows all. Like, what are they doing? But this comes up out of Germany, where it really, because of Satan's influence there, I mean, Saint Germain is Satan. All of these immortal alchemists are just fallen angels that needed a cover story for why they don't die, or what, I mean, what do you do? If they need to be worshipped to exist, and they essentially do. And what is that? That's sorcery. That's taking what belongs to God and giving it unto themselves. This is why we have these sports idols and all this other crap. But take it back to why they use the eye as a symbol of the Illuminati. Think about it. They even weave the Illuminati into the last Doctor Strange movie. I mean, it's so obvious that Doctor Strange, the Eye of Agamotto, it would be the Eye of Oglala, the Lakota, who is the Tuatha De Danann, um, is shown in that movie. What a stupid movie. Both of those movies are stupid trash pots. Um, Either way, they deciphered this manuscript, and what's interesting is that in some of the pictures there's a needle, like an Oculus needle. Kind of like a graphene jab needle. And what do they do through vaccines? Do they see through our eyes? Is that why they're so? Is it part of their ritual to see things moving forward? Because I tell you, you tell the doctor you don't want to vaccinate your child, and they'll have a conniption fit like it is. Remember, these fallen angels take many shapes and forms. They are gross. They're disgusting. They will throw people in prison for calling them out. They will fix the game and rig the rules, yet play by the rules until they get exposed. And then they become anti Christian. They won't show their anti Christian selves because they're scared. So if you're being persecuted, be loud about it because they are terrified of being labeled as persecutors of Christians, as they should be. Anyways, this is the top level of the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call it. It's the part where, why does the Bible say that there was a wound in the eye? It's their ability to look forward, in my belief and opinion. And that makes total sense. How was it wounded and then healed? Read Revelation 18. Michael coming down, or Gabriel, in great power. They hook in, look through, and see their doom. It's brilliant the way that God designed this all. I'm just baffled by his brilliance, and you love him so much for what he's doing, for what he's done, for how he's bringing justice to these cretins that have slayed and murdered and declared themselves God. Read Psalm 82. It's about them. It's about these ones, the same ones, the fairies, the Pharisees. They don't like that. They get scared every time that parallel is drawn together. The fairies are the Pharisees. These are the fallen angels. Why do you think Jesus was so harsh with them? He'd known what they'd done. They had murdered 3,000 babies when the day came into the world. Or 3,000 or 2,000. Rachel's crying, right? Rachel's weeping. So, anyways, we're going to be hammering on this group because there's a lot of Satans that are optometrists, and there's a lot of Satans that are dentists. And they both come together to do this mancy and this ritual that I believe started with the World's Fairs, or restarted. But I'm not sure. Maybe there was a workup to it, whatnot. But it seems interesting that they're the Pharisees, and then World's Fairs started cropping up around the same time. This Industrial Revolution, this end time steel of steel. Why is steel, Steel, spelled the same as steel, like steel? Because they think they can do this word jumbling. Why were the courts riddled with this grammar syntax scam until about a few years ago? Because all the judges were willingly part of it, because they're part of secret societies, because the judges are fallen angels, or at least there's enough of them there. to keep this under wraps and yet do it. They know how to get people on certain dockets and get them where they need to go. This is why it needs to be overturned. These court systems picking on the poor is a bad idea.